I'm Jake. Nice to meet you. Avi and I go way back, like 92 Buick seats.
You're about to graduate, correct?
I am. I finished my last courses in 2 weeks. Summer internship credits will finish me out. I'll graduate in August.
What do you aspire to do beyond immediate things? What are next?
My own graphic design business. That's kind of always been the goal. A small, tight group of talented designers that specialize in each of the different medias and fields. Work with decently sized clients, explore the other half of graphic design where it meshes with the fine art world. Facilitate design experiences that involve the public. Considered a design experience because it's kind of like a designed activity. Cool stuff.
What is your perception of the art worlds in this local Midwestern scene?
Well, I like it here. A lot of the small galleries are fun. I like the gallery that you show in especially because it's a lot less hostile vibe. Not necessarily hostile, it's just there's a certain connotation that every gallery kind of gets for the level at which you have to be to show. It's a lot less discriminatory based on the reach of your work at the smaller galleries.
What got you into the whole art thing?
The whole art thing.
The whole art thing.
Isn't that a can of worms? My mom and I used to play this game when I was like 3 or 4 years old. She'd draw a shape, then I would connect my shape to her shape, then she would draw another shape, and we kind of just sprawl off of each other on like Crayola construction paper with crayons. So that's kind of how I got into it, and I kind of have this thing where I get obsessed with anything that I do. So for many years it was art, and then tapered away from that because I got scholarships for being in STEM, so I was theoretical physics and mechanical engineering double major freshman year. That wasn't really a challenge. I just couldn't see myself doing it forever. Numbers are always gonna be numbers. There's never gonna be any variation. Then I was like, well, another thing that I was obsessed with growing up was art history, specifically like archaeology. So I was an art history major with a minor in archaeology for my sophomore year. And then COVID happened and I was kind of like, well, if this kind of goes the way it's going, travel international is gonna be kind of tricky. I was like, well, I had been into digital art since high school. This is challenging, it's fun, refreshing, there's new stuff to do all the time. And there's actually a really huge market for design. So I kind of decided on that. I had a quarter of 2 different degrees and I had to make up a 4-year degree in 2 years. And now I'm almost done. I always bite off more than I can chew. But that's what makes a good creative, is pushing yourself all the time. I firmly believe that.
How did we meet?
How did we meet? It couldn't have been art history. I think we just kind of met around here.
Either around here or around Harper Shrine.
That might have been it. Did I have a roommate or was I alone in my super double by then? Teray, so it was freshman year, my freshman year.
I knew Teray through Original Leaders.
Oh, that's how we met. I was with him and you knew each other. We kind of met just seeing each other around, and we would leave Richards around the same time. Then I kind of noticed our same paths that we had, so then we started talking. I don't think we had an actual class with each other until art history last year. Pretty crazy.
And there you have it.
There it is.
What are your thoughts about going into this?
This? Pretty hype. I've seen the other episodes. Ready to get down. It's been a while since I've done some fine art exercising.
Anything else you'd like me to ask you?
Versus.
I'm seeing this kind of as our negative space right now. And this is kind of an element that lives in there. And then this is like kind of a portrait, and then you got the establishment of a foreground background here.
That's what I see as well.
I think after this turn we should Yeah, I didn't see it. Fair enough. Destiny tells the truth always. Or, in other terms, ball don't lie.
I feel like something hard should come.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Oh yeah, I like that. I don't know, that might be good. Ra-ta-ta-ta. Welcome back to 60 Minutes.
So
Here we are.
So now we're
A lot more abstracted than anything that I really do ever. It was fun, but not careless. Thought and intention behind everything.
What were some patterns or systems that you recognized throughout the process?
We started with feeling out the color palette that we were going to be using. I kind of let you do the leaps for that, and then I tried to complement those. I think we were thinking exactly the same when it came to the background, doing marks that I was already thinking of beforehand. So that was cool, a little bit of synchronicity there. I developed the whole story in my head, this shape here in the background, whatever that may be. Our figure is leaving it behind. Kind of want to leave the rest up for interpretation. Other than analyzing the experience of it, I don't think the content needs any evaluation. I'd probably try to just make it as different from this as possible so it's still a learning experience. Trying to go at the same subject matter again with the same color palette in hopes of refining any skills that I've maybe picked up this time around. I don't value that as much as creating a new experience. So if I did it again, it'd probably work out similarly, having fun, throwing down stuff.
As far as the way the game worked, any critiques or anything that worked well?
Yeah, so the game worked well for us. I think there's instances in using the die where one person is going to have a majority hold over the composition just due to getting higher numbers if someone were to consistently get lower numbers. Our experience was fairly even. In future, if you were to do it with someone, you might not be able to use it if it ends up being too heavily weighted towards one person or another. I'm assuming there's probably a solution for that, but we didn't need it. This was fun. Let's do it again.
I enjoyed all of these non-communicable connections that happened throughout the duration. That's really the main goal of the game, is to achieve that flow that you cannot really express through any oral communication, but it's just kind of there. The colors really do it for me. They are the same colors I've been using in a lot of paintings, and I knew that that's probably what was going to happen, and I noticed that, okay, he's letting me lean into it. I was wondering if you're going to take a leap. I mean, yeah, you took other liberties. This has been another drawing session. We tried the game again. Improvements are being made every single time. Leaps and bounds. If you liked this video, do the things that people do when they like these things. Until then, here we go. There you have it. Let's boogie on out here.